Okay, so what we're going to do now is take a look at how to use the mirror vertex group and the mirror vertex group topology. Now, in order to use these two functions, you cannot have the mirror modifier on. Go ahead and click this, press the tab key, and just click apply. And press the tab key to go back into edit mode. Okay? And now make sure that you click on only this vertex over here. Go to the data tab over here and go ahead and click this. Go ahead and click on assign. So we've assigned the vertex group to this vertex. Now if we want to take this vertex group and assign it to its opposite end, which is this vertex, we first have to select this vertex and simply click over here and just hover your mouse and let's see what it says. So over here it says mirror vertex group, flip weights in or names, editing only selected vertices, flipping when both sides are selected, otherwise copy from unselected. So look at the last part of the sentence. It says otherwise copy from unselected. So this means that we have this selected, right? So it's going to copy from unselected. Now, in order for this to work, you of course have to have the vertex group selected because that's the vertex group we are dealing with. So if you click over here and fire this off, what it's going to do is make a copy of this vertex group onto this side. Okay? Now, go ahead and X this out. Now notice that this is the only vertex that has this vertex group. So it's not like you have to go in here and only select this vertex. We can actually press the C key and select a bunch of these vertices, as long as that vertex is selected. Now, when you go ahead and do this again, do mirror vertex group, here it's going to say 22 vertices mirrored, but in reality, it's only going to copy over the vertex groups that have been, which this vertex group that has been assigned to any of the vertices that you've selected. Since we only have this vertex selected, when we click over here, you'll notice that it does the same thing. And you click on any of these vertices, it's actually not going to do anything to them because this vertex group did not exist on any of them. Go ahead and click this and X to delete it. Now click on this, actually click on this vertex, press the shift key down and then click on this one. The reason we did it in this order so we can see it over here. Now we can actually move this vertex group from here to here. So you have to select both of the vertices. Go ahead and click this and hover your mouse over here. So now when we look at the last part just a little before, it says flipping when both sides are selected. So when you click this, you'll notice that it's going to take the vertex group that was here and it's going to flip it to this side. That's what it means. Now if we click on this vertex, press the shift key down, click over here, we can bring that vertex group back over here. We just have to make sure that both vertices are selected and go ahead and fire this off. Now it will come back over here. Okay, so that's how this concept works. Now remember, when we clicked on this vertex and fired this function off, it copied it. So what happens when we have the .r version of this vertex group? So let's go ahead and click the plus sign. Now notice that this is here. You can actually click the bottom and it'll just end up on top. Go ahead and double click this to Control C, click over here to Control V, and just type in .r. Now we have this selected, okay, and this is the vertex group. Now if you click over here and having this selected, actually fire this off, it's going to copy over that vertex group, but it's going to put the .r extension, because the .l and the .r extension have a special meaning in Blender. Okay, so go ahead and now remove those. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back over here. Now what I want you to see is that let's go ahead and assign this vertex group over here. Okay, So what we want to do is click on this vertex, press the shift key down, click on this vertex. So how do we move this dot R to the opposite side? Now in order to do this, you have to click on its opposite, dot L. Okay? Remember, when you have two vertices selected, you're moving a vertex group from left to right or right to left. So if we click on dot L, its opposite, and fire this off, it should move the dot R to the right side. Go ahead and fire this off. You'll see that that's exactly what happened. This is on this side. Now, one thing I'll show you over here, if you press the shift key down and click on this, you can actually flip them on the opposite ends, meaning that we can bring the dot R over here and the dot L over here. Now notice how this works. You're going to click this and fire this off first, okay? Now notice that because we have two vertices selected and we're selected on this, we've already seen that when you have two vertices selected and click on this vertex group, it's going to move it on this side. So if you click over here, you'll see that both of them are on this side, okay? Now if you fire this off again, now it's going to bring the dot R version over here because we have its opposite selected. Now if you click on this now, but just notice that this is R and this is L, okay? So now if we click on both of them, click over here, fire this off, it's going to bring it back and fire this off again, and now it's just going to simply go back to the way it was. So that's how this concept works. Go ahead and click this and X this out. Click over here, dot L. Now click on this vertex and move this up. So what's happening here is that the topology is exactly the same on both sides, meaning that this was a symmetrical figure. But what we've done is move this vertex over here, okay? So now when you click over here on this vertex, right? This is the vertex group. Click on this one. Now what we want to do is copy that vertex group that was already here. Now of course, because we have its opposite end, it's going to assign this version to here. So if you click over here and do mirror vertex group, it's going to fail, right? You can see that it didn't work. This is because here we're just using a very simple algorithm to do this. Now if you want to mirror a vertex group where it says topology, so whenever you see this word, that's basically what it means. It means that your topology is exactly the same on the left and the right side, but you've changed the way how the figure looks on one side, right? So it's not symmetrical anymore, but the topology, how it's designed, is exactly the same. So now when we click on this and fire this off, it's going to work with the dot R. So just remember this, that in Blender, when you see this word topology, that's what it's talking about. It's saying that the topology on the left and the right is exactly the same, but it's not symmetrical. Anyways, that's how this concept works with mirror vertex group and mirror vertex group topology. So let's go ahead and just reload this file. So I'll see you in the next lesson. Thanks.